Hey everybody, today's video is a speed drawing with dip pen for the inking and then also a watercolor and Copic marker finishing on it. Um, I wasn't initially going to make this video because it was a major fail for me. Um, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll leave my Instagram down below if you don't. A few days ago I posted this drawing, I think it was a day or two ago, I posted this drawing and I was really happy with the drawing and I was like, oh, debating this was a good piece for me to practice with my dip pen. So I was like, I'm just gonna, take the plunge. I'm gonna practice with my pen and see, what kind of inking I could get done on her. And again, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still sick, so my voice just sounds funny. Bear with me. I'm trying my best to get this voiceover in for you guys so you can understand this piece and all the problems that I had with it. So yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was just practicing. So if you you throw those flat rocks across water, you get them to skip. Right here on this side of her face and her eye, that actually ended up happening with my dip pen. It skipped across the paper really hard and it threw green ink on her cheek, and when I went to go try to like wipe it, I ended up smearing underneath her eye right there. So I was like, oh my god, no, and I didn't want to make this a total loss. So I was going to try to save it the best I could. So I thought, oh, watercolors, I'm just going to give this a whole different color scheme than I initially wanted to give it because I didn't want any green on her for shadows. I just wanted her to be lined in green. Well, come to find out when I went to go put on the watercolors that the ink I used was not waterproof. So the ink kept smearing. So, you know, I smeared it at first. I made ink skip across the page, and then I come to realize that the ink I used was not waterproof ink. So I was having all kinds of problems with this painting and this piece. Uh, and I was like, oh my god, I wanted to give up numerous times throughout, and the reason why I decided not to and to hang with it was because I thought that this would make a great video to show you guys, for new artists, that even though you're making mistakes like this and unexpected things happen, during your process of drawing or painting or whatever the case may be, and you have a problem that arises like ink shooting across your paper or, smearing all kinds of stuff all over the place, that you can still try to save it. This drawing did not come out the way that I had planned it. I didn't color it the way that I had planned it. I didn't want to give her, brown hair, and I wanted to make her skin tone, really pale and just kind of have a vintage feel to it. But because of the smearing of the green and the shooting the ink across her face, I was like, the best way that I figured out I could save this piece was to make it look like she was lit up, like she was looking at a light, and she had these green and yellow shadows all over her. So that was how I figured I could save the piece. In the end, I'm glad that I stuck with it and that I think it came out okay. I'm happy with how it came out. But the reason I made the video was because you guys might come, new artists might come into that zone where they're messing up, or they're like, oh my god, that's not what I wanted to do, and they might stop altogether. Well, I don't recommend that. I really, really advise you guys, to get out there, and if you mess up on something, if something is not perfect, just keep trying. See what you could rework with it. Even go in a totally different path than you originally planned to see if you could save the drawing, like I did here. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I put out new art videos all the time. I'll leave my Instagram down below so you can follow my in progress shots, and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. So yeah guys, don't throw stuff away. Don't